Good morning, y'all. Can you guys hear me? Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. What's the mother 11 to eat? Are you really everything I told you? Let me see something real fast. I met so many minutes. It's like they're all the same. And I'm feeling who's gonna cover me? My appetite for is a kid. I don't know why that song just dropped down on my throat box. Is Laura here? What's going on, y'all? Good morning! Oh my gosh, every time I do these, I realize how long it's been since I did the last one, and I just get so excited all over again. What's going on, y'all? My name is Oliver Twixt, your nerd boy cutie, always reporting for duty to do the Lord's work once again. And today we are going live with another top model Cycle 18 contestant, the runner-up, Miss Laura, and I'm so excited to be speaking with her about the things of the things. As y'all know, if you've been keeping up with all of our lives, our last live we did was with the immaculate Fiery Tongue Simone girl. I was like, I gotta take a break. If you haven't seen that chat with Simone on Cycle 18, please go watch it. Please designate at least 2 hours of your life, fold the clothes, walk the dog, and watch it. Shout out to Rune, who was also in the chat from Cycle 16. What's going on? You beautiful creature. Laura has joined us, so without further ado, I'm going to add her in. And we're going to get the things cracking. Guys, this is our 95th A&TM chat. 95. God damn it. 95. We're almost coming up on a year. Next month makes a year. Oh, we have to do something special. I'm trying to find Laura. Laura, can you send a request? She popped in. I saw her down there. Come on, Zagalicious. Okay. What am I not doing right? This is the first time this has happened. Let's see. L-L-A. I know I'm spelling her name correctly. Is she in here? Yeah, I saw her pop in. I'm going to send her live again. Don't know what happened there. How are y'all doing this afternoon? It's not even morning anymore. It's afternoon. There she is. Did she zag herself out of chat? Y'all are funny. All right.
Let's see.
Hi! Uh-oh, dude. Oh, it's looks like it's buffering. Is she thinking about if she wants that?
Hold on.
Is Miss Instagram thinking?
Is it going through? Why is our connection so bad? I'm literally right next to the router.
Hi!
Hi, how are you doing?
I am amazing. I see there might be a small delay. Can you talk for me so I can see what it's giving?
All right, let's see. How much of a delay is it?
Okay, I think it's calling to itself.
Okay, good.
Hey, how are you this morning, Laura?
I'm good. It's been one thing after another, but I'm here. I'm sorry. Like, I think it's the connection. I live in Mexico and I'm here visiting with my parents right now and some work. So I'm not used to the connection here.
No, it's totally fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Tyra, we find you. No, we're so happy to have you in the classroom today to talk about America's Next Top Model, Cycle 18. Let me try to do one thing right fast because this is going to get on my nerves. I think
Okay.
my body oil got on the lens. Yeah. That makes me feel so much better. Listen, again, thank you so much for joining us. How does it feel to be talking about this thing you did such a long time ago?
Yeah, I know. Well, it's going to be 10 years because I turned 30 at the end of the month. And I remember I was 20 actually on the show. So it's going to be, because I wasn't allowed to drink, but everybody else was.
Yes, we heard about the drinking on Cycle 18.
Yeah, anytime someone's got a mug like in the cup, it's usually got wine in it or something. We used to sneak it.
You're turning 30?
I'm turning 30, yeah, July 29th.
Happy early birthday.
Yeah. And I apologize for the hat, but I'm growing out my bangs, so.
Girl, we don't care.
It's a bit of a mess underneath here.
Listen, I've had some hair days.
I love your glasses, though. They're insane.
Thank you. And you know, this was actually a last-minute decision. I normally wear either black or yellow, but I broke my black ones, and I can't find my yellow ones anywhere. So I opened the drawer, and they were sitting right there. I was like, well, I guess I got to wear these today.
Well, it was meant to be because I love them. They're fantastic. I love them very much.
So much.
I've got the 90s going on. I'm bringing back the 90s right now.
I mean, you look fab. Your hair almost gives me for like a split second. It almost gives me. Oh, you think you guys can't hear me? Oh.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's try this then.
Yeah. Oh, it's because you got the iPod in. I don't use those, but.
Is this better?
Yeah, your audio is actually a lot better.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. I forgot what I was saying, but this isn't your first top model chat. You've done like two, one with Annalise and another with, I can't think of the guy's name. He did it like right before.
Yeah. I know. See, this is something that's been like a lot of my like fans and stuff don't know is that I actually suffer from seizures. So I have extreme memory loss from the time I was about 15 to 25. I'm actually getting hooked up to the EEG this Friday. But so if I have problems with memory, like, please excuse me, it is a thing. Like I'm starting to lose short-term memory loss too. I have to write everything down. So if there's something I'm not clear about or something that goes on, just like, just kind of remind me because sometimes I get a little bit lost.
No, you're totally fine. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
No, but I know you did one with Annalise. I just found that out.
Yes.
This
I love
morning.
Annalise.
And then I also saw that you did one a couple of months ago with another gentleman. I believe he was in Argentina, and he has started doing chats with some of you girls. And I remember him, but he took them all down. I'm not sure, I'm not sure what happened, but this is your third chat.
It is my third chat. No, now I remember because like, yo hablo español y yo tengo muchos amigas de español y mi esposo es mexicano. So like I learned Spanish when I moved to Mexico, and I have a lot of fans that are from Argentina and, from Mexico and other places that speak Spanish. So I like to speak Spanish with my fans as much as I can.
Yeah, that's so amazing. You said your spouse is from Mexico?
Yes, we actually met skydiving. I started skydiving right after Oh, there he is, Element Sensei. He's putting up the hearts. That's my man. We met skydiving. He's a wingsuiter, and I was like, oh my God, aren't you the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen in my life? And I sent him a message like, I've always liked you. He's like, he said the same thing back. And we've been together ever since. It's going to be our 6-year anniversary this year.
Oh, congrats. That is so beautiful. Congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So without further ado, I would like to just jump on into the top model question.
All right. Hit me with your best shot.
What you saying?
Hit me with your best shot.
Yeah. So listen, tell us what made you audition for America's Next Top Model.
Well, I actually started modeling before America's Next Top Model. I started when I was around 16 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and they messaged me on Facebook, like back in the day, and they're like, "Would you like to audition?" And I was like, I thought it was like spam mail, you know. So I sat there, I was like, "All right, why not? Let's give it a shot." But at the time, I was living in South Africa. I was working with an agency there. And I said, I can't make this season because they originally wanted me, I believe, on season 16. And I said, I'll be back next year. But then I also missed the year 17. So I tried out again. And then they were like, okay, well, we want you to come. So I
Mm-hmm.
did the local one. And then they were like, okay, well, we want you to go to LA now, which is a 2-week process. It's insane. Like, we're all in hotel rooms, like separated from each other because they don't want us to know who's on. And especially it was British invasion. So we had to, like, no one was allowed to speak for a reason because we didn't know, like, the girls with their British accents. So it was like super hush hush when we went on. But yeah, like, and then I found out actually when I was going through the final auditions that one scene that you see at the beginning when we're doing our first runway is when we all figured out that we were on the show. Yes. Yeah.
So that means,
Mm-hmm.
correct me if my fantasy is wrong,
Yeah.
that the other American girls who had came
Yeah.
found out they were not moving forward that moment.
That moment. So, yeah, so we started off, I think there was about 200 girls in this hotel in LA. And we went through all of these different like testings, and I mean, like, some very crazy psychological tests too, like all these like paperwork, like, do you hear voices, like things like that, like old school tests. And they said, okay, you're going to figure out if you're on the show because you're either going to be dropped off at the airport or you're going to show up at the runway. And that's when we found out. Yeah. It was
So
wild.
the girls who made the show, were you guys all in the same vehicle?
No, well, yeah, we were, and we didn't know. And we were actually mixed up with some of the British girls. I believe Annalise was actually on my bus. She was on my bus going there. And so we were in 2 different buses for the girls that were on the show. And then boom, they were like, okay, now you're doing your runway. And we're like, oh my God, we made it. And so we were like shocked at that. And then we're like, okay, we haven't slept like in 2 days from stress. Now we got to go do runway. It was crazy.
Top model is a bitch sometimes. Oh my God.
I mean, they keep you on your toes. That's for sure.
But I mean, you know, it's like,
yeah.
I want to know from these producers, what are you guys thinking you're going to get more out of not just flat out saying, all right, y'all, you girls who are getting in this van, you're going to the runway. You girls who are getting in this van, I'm so sorry, but you will not be moving on. Thank you for your time. Why torture people like that? I couldn't do that job. They would fire me because I would be telling y'all all the business because I would feel so bad.
I know. I'm like, but like the thing is like, you know, it's because like America's Next Top Model was already so popular at that time. It was very hard to keep secrets. So they had to like do more and more to make sure that it stayed under wraps. Especially like anytime a girl got eliminated, you know, you have to keep, like before they would just send her home, and now that doesn't happen anymore. Now they have to wait before they get sent home, and it's just to keep the secrecy, to keep it alive, because you know everyone on the internet now is a detective and they can figure stuff out like that. Like, I was just like, how did you know that? Like, where did that come from? And like, people were tracking when people would come home. They knew exactly when they were eliminated. So it took away that, like, that sense of like, you know, mystery that we had before back in the days when America's Next Top Model first came on, you know? So I understand.
Random side note, I don't know why you with this hat on and this hair falling down like this is giving me Tyra Banks vibes. I'm not sure why. It just reminds me so much of her right now.
Yeah, I feel like Tyra right now. And then she got me to do, she called me up when I was living in Mexico a couple years ago. I did her beauty line. She had me come. That's when I met Reina, who is an absolute sweetheart. And like, she's got the most beautiful babies. I was like, she's like, each of your babies are just the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen. And actually after the show, I went and hung out with Jasmine, Jasmine. She was the first one, actually. Like, she's an amazing model. The fact that she was taken out so soon, like, upsets me. So I went and hung out with her in London. Like,
oh, beautiful.
We even have like a Facebook group of all the girls like talking to each other, like, hey, how's life? How's everything going? Yeah, we all talk to each other. We keep in touch, which is really nice.
Oh, that is so amazing. Yes,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you mentioned Jasmine.
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect segue into A&T and Roll Call, where I named everybody who was cast in your cycle, and you're going to tell me the first thing that comes to your brain, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. Are you ready? So anticlimactic. Bam! There we go. Listen. The first person on the list is Jasmine.
Yes.
Thoughts?
Love her. She is just amazing inside out, and she's got a brain that will, like, I mean, just impress anybody. She is just so smart. She started her own business. Like, she taught people, like, basically the art of picking people up, but not in the way that you think. You know, how to change your body language, how to listen to others, like, in a more, like, appreciative way. And I mean, she's just brilliant. She's brilliant, and she works hard, and her baby girl is on fire. She's like already a top model. Like, she's ready to blast her own path. Yeah, I love her to death. I think she's just such a good person.
So many of you guys speak extremely highly of her. Why do you think they kicked her out first?
I think it's just because she was a little bit like, I mean, she was just so, at the time, like, we were a lot more like firecrackers, like, we were in control of our emotions, but she's done this before. Like, it'd be very hard to get a rise out of Jasmine. Like, I mean, like, you'd have to really push her buttons all the way to get any kind of like vivid response. And I think they knew that wasn't good television, that, you know, she would just be placid doing nothing, like just keeping the peace with everyone. She was kind of like a den mother to us, like, come on girls, we're under stress, let's move on. And like, she's just like, it was just, they didn't want that. They wanted to take that element out. I think that's why she was eliminated, because her photos are gorgeous. Her runway rock is on fire. You know, that was really the only thing I could think of.
What are your thoughts on that first photo shoot when they had you guys jumping in the air in front of all those cameras?
Oh my God, it was horrible. It was like, okay, so as many of my fans know and stuff like that, like, I am not the best on runway, and I'm a good, like, at skydiving, I'm very graceful in the air, but anything on the ground, I mean, I basically tripped walking in a straight line half the time. And I was just like on a trampoline, and then the flashing, and then everything that was going on. It was just, I didn't like it at all. I've always had like this image in my head that I'm just going to fall and like crack my neck on a trampoline. I can't get that over my head.
You were Madonna, right?
I was Madonna.
Yes.
I love her. I was actually listening to Like a Virgin on the radio the other day.
I love Madonna too. I would love to meet her.
Oh yeah.
I want to meet her so bad.
Her style's just iconic. It's just, she made so many strides for, like, you know, sexuality and music that other people weren't doing. And I was just like, go on with your bad self. I love her.
Right.
Yeah.
The next person on our list is Mariah.
Mariah, I remember faintly, I believe she was friends with Kyle, right? They were friends. I don't believe that she was in the same group as, like, me, Sophie, Annalise, like that group. I don't really remember much about her. I know that she was gorgeous. Like, she's just absolutely stunning. I don't remember why she was eliminated. I don't.
Do you remember the photo shoot with Kris Jenner and Kylie and
yes.
I forgot the other baby's name, sorry.
Kylie and Kendall.
Kendall!
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. That's when they first started doing all their modeling, was with us. I met them and they're just like, yeah, that was their first big photo shoot. And they were all just wonderful. The girls are just so sweet and so nice. And the mom was like, she wanted to talk to all of us individually, get to know us, know our stories. So I think it was just overall a really great experience. And that was one of the photo shoots that, I think it was the first one I won, I believe, right? Yeah. Yeah, I was in the baby cradle.
Yes, killing it.
Yeah.
The next girl out is Louise Watts.
Louise, I love Louise. She is just, she's actually one of the people that has kept all the girls together throughout these years. She encourages us to be a part of each other's lives. She's like, you know, you guys should, you know, we're a family. We went through this together, and let's stay together. So she's the one who really, like, sets forth on bringing us all back and talking about, like, what happened in our past, because was actually talking to Annalise the other day, and all of us have a lot of blackout memories from that time. But she was like, let's not forget who we were. Like, you know, we, at the end of the day, when the cameras were off, we were a family. We're sorry. It's like, it's a high stress environment. Normal modeling isn't like that. You know, you live in a model house with a bunch of different girls, but you create bonds with them, and you can talk to your parents, you can watch TV, you can have ways to let that stress out. And we only had each other to take stress out with. And really at the end of the day, we're like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that to you. Like, if it was a different circumstance, if this was like real life, we would all be just the best of friends. And we're really trying to reconnect, which I'm happy about.
Yeah, I'm happy about that as well. That's pretty dope. Shout out to Louise.
Yeah.
Before we go into the next girl, I want to ask you, what do you remember about the photo shoot where Kelly Cutrone was on set with you guys?
Let me see. Which one was that? I don't remember.
The photo shoot with the branding idea. You guys were kind of like in a warehouse.
Oh my God, that was just a nightmare. It was horrible. We did an awful job. We just, like, the Americans did just a horrible job with that. I mean, all the British girls, I love them to death. They also kind of, like, they had done this before, you know, so they knew what was gonna come, like, with like all of the pressure on, but we just kind of got frazzled. Like, our entire idea was just crap. Like, it really was. We didn't do a good job at all. Kelly is like one of like my biggest, like, I have so much respect for her. I still talk to her and Nigel like through Instagram. What's up? How are things going? And they're just really, really nice people. Like, Kelly has like this like scary, big tough, but really at the end of the day, she's like, hey girls, what's going on? I'm just having fun. I don't mean to you, but I mean, she's just really great. Although ours was disastrous, our whole marketing thing. But really, it was a lot of work. I mean, I think we probably only like that night had a couple hours of sleep, like the night before. And then they're like, go do this. And we're like, oh, we've only done models before. We didn't do the other side of the camera yet. And we just failed miserably.
Everybody talks so great about Kelly Cutrone. Like,
yeah,
on camera she's this way, but outside of the camera she's very loving. I'm glad to hear that consistent storyline about her.
Yeah, she's great. I mean, I can say the same thing for Nigel too. I've done a couple photo shoots with him. I talk to him like I don't hear much from Mr. J or Mrs. J, but they both have a lot of projects going on of their own. Like, they're swamped all the time. Yeah.
Next person on the list is Candace. Is that a doggy?
This is Guapo. He's actually, I brought him from Mexico. I got him on.
Hi, Guapo.
Yeah, this is Guapo. He's living with my parents right now because I have too much work going on, and I knew that I wasn't going to be able to take care of him the way he needs. He's 8 right now. I got him skydiving on the beach when he was about 7 months old.
Skydiving is your thing.
I love it. I'm definitely going to do it for my 30th. You know, I want to go up in the air and finish it the way it started. But no, he's just adjusting to U.S. life. He's very confused.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, he's not used to it here yet.
Oh, Guapo. Well, we're going to hope you assimilate great, buddy.
He'll do good.
But Candace, she was black girl, high cheekbones, pouty lips.
I know Eboni and Alicia and gosh, Candace is I'm sorry everyone. It's just my memory. It's really not about anything else. I have lost a lot of memory in the past 2 years. I'm sure if I saw her, she's gorgeous. Did I have anything? Like, did anything show on the cameras?
Hold on, let me see. Let me see if I can find a photo of her.
Yeah, show me a photo. Oh, I'm an idiot. I always call her Candy in my head. Oh, sorry. I can't. She actually, did you know that she was in mortuary science before getting on the show?
Really?
Yeah, she's also very brilliant. She is just so smart and so determined. And then she did a movie recently. She was at in Keanu Reeves' recent movie. She's Yeah, she's one of the villains. She's a badass, and she's just one of the coolest people you'll ever meet in your life. She's just so down to earth. Like, she's amazing.
Yeah, shout out to Candace.
Yeah, and Candace is brilliant. I mean, brilliant too. She's just she just like soaks up information like a sponge. I'm so jealous of it because like for me it goes like in my brain and then sometimes falls, but she'll remember every detail of every person. Now Candace is awesome. I just call her Candy in my head. I don't know.
Gotcha. No. I'm glad we were able to work that out.
No.
The next person on the list is Ashley Brown. She was so funny to me.
Oh, she is just the sweetest, most adorable person you'll meet. Like, she's just good inside now. She actually got bullied really bad for her freckles when she was younger. Which I don't get it because she's just so stunning and gorgeous and she's got beautiful kids. And so she went through some stuff. Like when she was on Britain's Next Top Model, people used to mercilessly make fun of her for that. And it was something that stuck with her. But we just told her, like, she's one of the most gorgeous people. She's so funny. I mean, she's just
hilarious.
And when you're with her in person, she's even funnier. She'll crack you up like until your sides hurt. Yeah.
The next person on the list is Asmarie.
Asmarie. What's she been up to lately? I haven't seen. Like, what's she been doing?
Asmarie is out there in LA. Asmarie has a girl. Well, I'm assuming. Yeah, I know I know it's her girlfriend, but I don't know if they're like fiance or like whatever she. But she has a partner. Yeah. Ooh, the light came brighter. She has a partner. I mean, she's chilling in life. She's chilling.
That's good. Now, I know she was doing rapping back in the day and some other stuff. Unfortunately, like the show traumatized me a bit. I was off social media for a while, and then I recently started coming back. And now, because of other ventures that I'm doing, I have to put a lot on pause before I release my new stuff. Yeah. But Asmarie, she's gorgeous. I had a crush on her so bad, but she's very cool as well. We would go and like, I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, but we used to just go smoke cigarettes, like, you know, like hide and like, we just talk about life. And she's, you know, she's got a lot of, she's like an old soul. She's definitely an old soul. So she's great.
The next person on the list is Kyle.
Kyle. Okay. I wish nothing but the best for Kyle. Apparently we did not get along very well. But I stuck up for her on the last shoot that she did too, because she got eliminated for it was actually one of her best shoots, the table one. I remember we were all on it because it was me and Alicia who were doing it, and they changed the whole photo shoot after. So we did a whole different photo shoot, like, because we were actually in front of the table, not even on the table. And then the girls went onto it. And I remember seeing Kyle just do a little bit, and she was rocking that photo shoot. That photo that came out of her was not the best. She was doing really, really well on that. She shouldn't have been eliminated. I think it was more because of storyline that she was eliminated. But I don't know. Like, for me, I was just a young kid, and it's like, I don't believe that everyone should, and I think everyone should love everyone. And I do regret a lot of things that I said in the past. But if you don't get along with someone, you don't have to force it. But always be friendly and amicable with them. And I've learned it's like, yeah, you can't be best friends with everyone you meet, but you can always treat them with kindness and respect.
Yes. I second that.
Second
that. Next person on the list is Simone.
Simone. We were in the group chat. I saw Simone. She's doing good. And she was working it. And she was a great model. And I think, unfortunately, the same thing happened. A lot of girls got cut off just because they didn't fit the timeline, or it didn't fit the storyline that they wanted to do. I don't think she should have been eliminated either. She was a bit stressed out, though. This show did stress her out a bunch. I remember that.
I did a chat with her, actually, the one before yours. She was the last one I had done, and Simone let it be known. Simone let it be known, honey. Simone held nothing back.
Yeah, see, I understand now because I do different things with production, like the stress and that stuff that goes under. I do believe how they went about production could have been done better. I think, unfortunately, everyone was just really trying to get in as much as possible. But we were one of the longest filming periods of any top model show. I think we almost lasted 4 months.
Why so long, you think?
Because we had all the stuff with Britain's Next Top Model and everything. So they had to make the secrecy even more and then make things more elaborate. Because, I mean, like all of our, I mean, I don't want to say this, but they were kind of like, some of our photo shoots were a bit cheesy. Like, this is not like a normal modeling thing where, you know, you get like all the makeup, look good. It was like everything had to be out there and exaggerated and crazy. And I was like, that's not what normal modeling is. Like, you know, maybe you'll do one crazy photo shoot in about 50 jobs. You're normally just doing catalog or magazines. And I mean, to do couture or things like that only shows up maybe once every couple months. It's not that crazy. Yeah.
Next person on the list is Catherine.
Oh, I also she's a Facebook friend of mine. I see her life too with her baby, and she's doing good. She was over at she was over the Next Top Model stuff. She already did Britain's Next Top Model and then this, and she was kind of like the same thing as me. It's like, we love modeling, but once it doesn't become fun anymore, you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And she lost that. She didn't think it was fun anymore either. So she was like, but she was actually in a couple of music videos, like some of my favorite bands. Like, I was like, is that you? Is that you? I saw you. She's like, yeah, that was me. I was like, you're in Cage the Elephant's music video. I was like, are you serious? And you didn't tell me? It's like, you know, I love them. And she's like, yeah, I wasn't that excited. I was like, I would have killed to be in that role. But she's great.
Next person on the list is Eboni.
Eboni. Okay, now a lot of people think that I have a hatred for her or something, and that's not true. That I was like the same thing. Come on, it's a bit hot. You're making me sweat, baby. Okay, never mind. He's not going anywhere. But
they never do.
They never do. So I remember this is what happened because Eboni was a lot younger than us. She's very fiery, and I love that about her. But she was also one of those people that it's like we just didn't mesh. Our personalities didn't mesh. And I remember saying straight out, I was like, I don't dislike you or as a person. I was like, we don't get along. And I said, that's fine. I said, maybe if we met under different circumstances or different times, but I don't hold any malice against her. She's done amazing things. I watched her TED Talk. I watched all the stuff that she's doing, and she's killing it. I mean, she's rocking it, and that's all I can say. She's awesome. Like, I really feel like this whole experience taught me how to see people in better ways. And I was just being, back in the day too, I was just judgmental of everybody. I was. And I would take it like I knew better. And it's like, the older you get, you realize the less you know.
Yes. Why do you think back then you were so judgmental?
Because I came, like, I did have a rougher background, and like, the thing is like I grew up by myself. Like, I grew up with like really strong parents that had their own demons, and I didn't like it when people weren't honest with themselves because I had dealt with that my whole life. And like, if you couldn't be honest, I would just rip down your throat. And I realized, it's not my time and place to decide for that person when they want to be at that point in their life. So now I was like,
now that's a good one.
Yeah, I constantly remind myself too, like, you know, if someone's screaming at me, I was like, I don't know what happened that day to them. I don't know what went on, and I got to learn to just step back and let people be and just be happy. That's what I want, is everyone to just be happy in their own way.
Yes, ma'am. That was beautiful.
Oh,
the next person on the list is Alicia.
She's so great because she's got no filter at all. She was actually the one that told, like, she said, like, Laura, do you like Eboni? And at the time I said no, because I didn't know her as a person. And she's like, well, I respect you. You just told me. And I was like, that's it. So, I mean, as long as Alicia, though, can pick up dishonesty a mile away. She's like a hound dog. You cannot lie to her or she will rip you a new one. And I love that. Yeah.
I just spoke to Alicia about 2 weeks ago. Yeah. She called me because she's doing like a social media cell phone hiatus right now.
Yeah.
But she called me. She was like, I thought about you. and just want to, we chatted up for a little bit, but I love Leisha. She has such great energy.
She does. She's just like, she's got such a big spirit inside of her.
Mm-hmm.
Like those long legs, like they are just as long as you see on TV. Like you're like, your head is turning like, wow. She is so leggy. I love it. She's so funny too.
The next person on the list is Annalise.
Annalise, well, I love Annalise. She's I love her to death. We actually, we started talking through WhatsApp and just talking about the show. She was really like getting to talk to her about America's Next Top Model. We were both sweating to death after. She's like, are you sweating too? I was like, yeah. She's like, that was really like weird, right? And I was like, yeah, it was strange. Then we just called each other and talked on the phone for like 3 hours after, talked about experiences and life. And she is a personality to like, I just want her to be on the biggest news stations, networkers, influencers. Like, she is just a bright, shining star. And I think she's going to do the most incredible things in this life.
And last but not least for the models is Miss Sophie.
Sophie. Yeah, I love Sophie. I think that's clear to see. She's always been in my heart. I actually told her when we were on Makeover Tower, because she wasn't going to go out, I was like, you get your butt back in here and you're going to go back out there and you're going to take at least one picture because you're not leaving me alone on this. I was like, you are not going to leave me. And like, it didn't matter who won or whatever happened. It was like having a sister there. And I still talk to her. I send her messages. That's how she's doing. She's got a very busy life as well. So when we get to talk, it's really nice. So.
How was it working with Mr. J. Manuel on the show?
Mr. J, I didn't really get to talk to him much. He was just so busy. And like the thing that they don't show on the show is that they think that we see them all the time. No, I think we saw Tyra in total like a couple hours because judging, and then she pops in once in a while, and then that's it. And Mr. J is kind of the same way. I think we saw Miss J the most.
Yeah. How was Miss J?
Miss J is Miss J. What you see is what you get, and he's just genuine to a fault. Like there's nothing that you don't see that isn't true.
Nigel Barker, anything you want to add to working with him?
Yeah, he's terrified of heights, and I did screw with him on that. When we were on Makeover Tower, I was like, Nigel, I'm going towards the edge. She's like, Laura, get back here. He's like, I'm gonna lose it. He's terrified. He cannot stand heights. And he was like, you were gonna
freak me out too.
I love him. I'm sorry, baby. You're making me sweat so bad.
It's just like, if somebody falls off the thing, we can't stop it. We just got to let gravity finish the job.
Well, we were all harnessed. The original plan for the Makeover Tower was it was supposed to be sunny and shiny with like all these like beautiful long dresses and looks. But then it started storming that morning. So then they had to change the looks completely. It actually went to like this like more edgy hardcore look because Nigel likes the more flowing, more beautiful looks. And we had like all these like styrofoam balls in our hair. it was so windy and raining, and you would get slid if you didn't stand the right way. But yeah, it was scary. But I was like, I liked it. I was like, I wanted to bungee jump, but they wouldn't let me. So because that's where the harnesses come from. You can actually jump off the tower. Yeah.
Laura, you wanted to jump off the tower and do
I
what?
wanted to jump off the tower. That was before I was a skydiver. I was like, I just want to jump off this tower. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? And he's just like, no, it wouldn't be fun, Laura. He's like, get your ass back over from the edge. Now. He was so scared. I told him I was sorry for that.
Anything else you want to add to Kelly Catrone?
No, she's just funny. I mean, one day, like, we were in Macau, and she's like, I shouldn't be talking to you. But hi, I love you girls. Like, like he's like, yeah, she's like, I'm so happy I got to be on your season. And she always was extra nice to me. She's just a really cool, down-to-earth person. And like, I love, like, she's just a strong woman. I love strong women who do all that stuff. And she's just created everything. And her daughter is also a trendsetter as well. And really, I think they're all amazing.
Yes. And last but not least, Tyra Banks.
Miss Tyra. She's actually really, like, we had an up and down relationship when I was first on the show. Because, like, I was a little bit mad that we didn't get to see her. But then she brought me back for the makeup shoot. And then it was actually really cute because there was somebody on there that was a fan of hers. They won a contest to be there, and she brought her mother. And Tyra was learning Spanish at the time, and I already live in Mexico, so I was like translating for her. She's like, I just tell Tyra this means so much to my daughter. And then Tyra comes over and she starts speaking Spanish to her. She's like, no, I'm learning, you know, so I can get closer to people in my life.
Oh, that is so cute.
Yeah, it was a beautiful moment. The mom started sobbing that she could talk to her in Spanish, and I was happy. Like, it came full circle. I think that was kind of because me, Raina, and a couple other girls, I don't think, like, we didn't get meshed too well with Tyra at the beginning, and I think she wanted us to come back so we could get a second chance, and we did.
So shout out to Tyra Banks. Shout out to Tyra Banks. What are your thoughts on production? The people who ran the show.
The production was hectic. I think it could have been done better. I think the on ice, some of the things that happened, like, you know, that we weren't allowed to speak unless there was cameras on us or things like that. I don't think that's right. I think it put too much stress. I mean, and then also the fact is that after the show, we weren't given any access to therapy or to really, you know, decompress after this big stuff. And then you're thrown across TV and then everyone thinks that they know you. And because every person that you see on TV, like, that's not the person they are. They're edited, they're cut. And it's just, no one knows that. And when it comes to me doing productions in the future, I'm going to change all of that. I don't want anybody to be put in the situation that we did. And
tell people ask me all the time, you know, Oliver, how do I get into reality TV or, you know, social media, stuff like that? And, you know, I really don't have a clear cut answer. I just, you know, follow your heart, girl. But I always tell them you have to make sure that you know who you are and your mental state is amazing, because you see all the glitz and the glam and the, you know, the numbers and the followers and the entertainment value. But the process of it, doing it and afterwards can be very strenuous. And if you don't know who you are, adding commentary and people watching and opinions, you can go into a very dark place that may be hard to come out of. Yeah,
I spent like years of therapy, stuff like that. I mean, I was getting death threats at my house. Like, you know, people were vicious. And I was 20 years old. I was not ready for that. I was not. And then I took the time to explore and just find out who I was later in life and just really try to explore every avenue. And I do feel like I've come to like know who I am. I still am different every day. I wake up as a new person, but you have to be mentally strong for that industry because people are just going to fire at you no matter what. And you just got to be ready and willing to take it.
I had this question, Lisa, I thought I added it. I was looking for it. But someone asked the question, had you seen any of my lives I've done with your fellow cast members from Cycle 18, as Marie, Annalise, Alicia, Simone. I feel like I'm missing one more person, y'all. It's Sophie. Oh, have you seen any of them?
No, I haven't. Actually, you messaged me. See, the thing is, I have done a lot to separate myself from the show. Because I have a lot of other things going on in my life now with production, with inventions and stuff like that. And I try to keep myself out of that mindset.
I get it.
After this, I will watch. I will see all my girls on there because I'm very proud of all of them and who they become.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the stories that stick out the most to me was from, again, the last shot I did with Simone.
Yeah.
And because I'm a guy, I'm going to try to tiptoe around it because I just don't use that verbiage a lot. But she told a story about you that she did not like. And basically, you guys were filming something around the pool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
The fact that we were topless or stuff like that? Or
no, it was, she said that you were telling production that you really had to go to the restroom because you were experiencing, and they would not let you go. Do you want to tell us more about that experience?
See, I blocked that out. I don't even remember. But I do remember instances of that where we had to be told to wait and stuff like that. I ended up getting bladder infections from sometimes waiting too long to use the restroom. Actually, when I got the extensions put in for my hair, it started bleeding. And I said, I can't wear these anymore. And production tried to, it wasn't Tyra, it wasn't all that, it was production. They was like, no, you have to keep wearing them. I said, no, I can't. I have bald spots here, here, here from the show. They bleached it, like I said, four times in one day. And my hair is just finally getting better after 10 years. It was just nuts because they wanted shock value and they wanted schedules and stuff like that. But that's why on my own productions, I make sure that everybody is ample time to do whatever they need done. And they just put us on this like just ridiculous time schedule that we couldn't keep. We probably only got 3-4 hours of sleep a day. We only got to eat. Like sometimes we'd eat like sometimes once every 8 hours because they were just too busy. And I was like, it got a bit intense, but I like, it was just because they were trying to do too much at once.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, I really hope, which I do think it's coming, that there is a reform pushed by the government for reality television. Like, there needs to be some type of laws placed that say you have to let people sleep this long. You can't, they can't go without eating for this long. They have to have this, like, I'm really hoping there's hoping there's a reform. They need mental therapy after the show is done.
Yes.
All those things. You can't isolate them. You know, they have, you know, I don't know. But
we should be able to talk to our parents. We were only able to talk to our parents once every 2-3 weeks. We couldn't read books like on set. We couldn't watch television. You couldn't listen to music because it's boring. But that's their normal stress relievers. And I really think that it was wrong that they wouldn't let us do that. That's something that needs to be changed in this industry, because all the stress that you see is literally like us just breaking because we had no stress relief. And then we had to take it out on each other. And that's wrong too. We shouldn't be doing that to each other. I know. I'm fine. But yeah.
This next question is from Camaro. They're asking, did you like your makeover? Were you disappointed that you got clip-ins and didn't actually get to dye your hair red and blue?
I wasn't disappointed in the red and blue. I was disappointed that they, like any hairstylist can tell you, you never dye a girl's hair blonde in one day. Then they did it 4 times a day, and all my hair fell out. All of it. I mean, they were just trying to scramble, putting more and more extensions in to try to make it look like I had hair. But when I came off the show, it was this short. Yeah, it was all gone. All of my hair. I should have just shaved it at that point, but I was like too much of a wuss. I won't lie. I really should have shaved it. Yeah.
Cal_Israel is asking, how did you physically do the baby photo shoot? I'm a dancer and still can't do what you did. And they're referring to like that straight leg, straight arm down, calm face. How did you pull that off?
I don't know. I think it was just when the cameras are on, sometimes I just lose it and I just go like into a mode where I just do different stuff. But probably because if she's a dancer, then probably what happened is that since the crib is up high, my knee was bent behind it, which gave me an easier way to go straight down than go down. That's probably why she was like a little confused at the angle, but it's not as hard as it looks, I promise. And also that we're wearing those, 6-inch heels, that helps too.
Gotcha. Thank you for that insight. So you weren't, maybe we all assume both of your legs were like straight down, but you said the other leg kind of had a little bit of bend to it.
Yeah, it had a little bit of bend because it was inside the crib. Yeah, that's why.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Cara Julia, what were your thoughts on the whole branding thing and the Zagalicious nickname?
You know what? Now I love it. I like, you know what? It's just fun now. And when people's like, I zig, I zag. I'm not a singer. I'll never be a singer. But it's just fun. It's good plain fun. I mean, it wasn't anything to make us look bad. It was just to give us different personalities. I think they should have let us pick our own. Mm-hmm. I don't think we should have just branded straightforward. But I have fun. I have a good giggle over it. Like, it happened. Mm-hmm. And the pirate thing and all of that is like, I still have pirate tattooed inside my lip when I was younger, but I don't know. It's just funny. I just think it's hilarious.
Yes, come on for being a good sport.
Yeah.
Paxton De Silva is asking, generic question.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Louise versus Kelly Cutrone, and what were your reactions in that moment?
I was I don't remember too much of what happened, and I've actually never seen the entire season. I only watched the first 2 episodes.
Really?
Really, I've never seen it.
I know that's right.
I just couldn't. I couldn't watch it. I mean, probably one day with therapy, I'll probably have to watch it. I'm gonna pretend like I don't. But I think it wasn't fair. What happened in between both of them, and I'm pretty sure Kelly did say something that she didn't like that happened. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just, like I said, once again, tons of stress. And I'm pretty sure, wasn't that Kelly Tron's first time on a reality TV show too?
Kelly's?
Yeah.
No, she had done a show called like The Hills or something.
But it wasn't like the same reality kind of show, not like a contestant kind of stuff.
Nah.
I don't think she was used to the stress either. And she said some things that she doesn't mean that weren't right. So I think that was situation could have been handled very differently. It wasn't done right.
Next question is from Camaro again. Please share anything else about the Booty Toots challenge and how ridiculous those butt pads were. Did Tyra actually seem genuine about the teach, or was it just for the cameras?
It was just for the cameras. It was just for the cameras. No one does that in modeling. That is not a real thing. No one tooches their butt like this and that. And if anything, most shoots that I do, they want you to be like less sexy, more androgynous. That's where the style that, most couture stuff goes. Only like really like maybe Sports Illustrated kind of like bathing suit modeling do you ever have to like do that. But normal modeling, never. You never do that. And the butt pads were just ridiculous. And I don't blame Asmarie for not wearing that thing. It was rude. It was like, it even like smelled a little funky. I was like, why do we have these?
So, like, was Tyra serious about, like, did she seem committed to the whole thing?
She did. I mean, she's a great actress, and I think she just committed to it. I was like, no, this is not real, and you know it. Come on, you've been a model your whole life. This is not what we do. I was like, and actually, all the girls on the show were pretty much models before. So it's not like it was something, like, no one does this. I was like, we're all just kind of making a joke of ourselves right now. This is not the modeling industry. I think in the beginning seasons, it was more true to modeling, but the later ones, it's got nothing on real life.
Shout out to Kimmy Rowe, who just finally corrected me, or maybe they've done it before, correcting me on how to pronounce it. I didn't say Camaro, it's Kimmy Rowe. So Kimmy Rowe is asking, who chose your group name, United Sirens of America? Also, which song do you like more? Be honest.
Oh, the British Girls song 1,000 times.
Yeah, they kind of slayed.
Oh, they do. They slayed it. They were really good. And United Sirens of America, I'm pretty sure it was chosen for us, wasn't it? Or am I going crazy? I don't remember. I kind of blocked that out too. But I still remember to this day that my song, like I got moves, like I take curves like a Porsche. Hi, I'm Laura. I'm like, oh my God. I would never say this in a million years. So embarrassing. Like, what? Like, and then they put me in like all this like leather stuff. Like the studs. And I was like, look, I wore a leather collar to high school, but it doesn't mean I wore full leather. Like it just, they wanted me to like be like this. I think they were trying to bring like old school British punk. And I was like, that wasn't really my style.
Oh, yeah. Look at Guapo. Look at Guapo.
Yeah.
So Maddie Boy 9895, I'd like to hear her side of the story with regards to the stuffed toy incident. It showed up briefly, then it transitioned to her being upset with Kyle.
So I like a lot of stuff when it happened. I don't really remember all of the exact stuff with it because of my memory loss. But I mean, all in all, like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who was in fault. Like I forgive whatever happened. And I also apologize for my actions and how I spoke to people. So really, it's just something in the past that doesn't need to be reiterated. I think that I got a beautiful life and I want nothing but the best for her. Really, I do.
Yeah.
And I like that's the thing with camera editing is that it doesn't matter what the truth was. It's just what we know. We know what happened. We know everything that went on. And also, your version of the story, even though that's exactly how you think about it, could be someone else's version is completely different. It doesn't mean either of you are wrong. It's just how you perceived it.
Yeah. Yeah. Great follow-up question I have about it though. This is from Vonna Cosmetic.
Yeah.
Are you willing to tell us about your friend Kevin who gave you the teddy bear? What kind of person was he, as well as your friendship with him?
So I can talk about him now. Unfortunately, I couldn't actually on the time is because they wanted to contact his parents and put his image on TV. And I said, no, I don't appreciate using him as like kind of a, a side story just for a couple of minutes of airtime. And they just lost their son, my friend Kevin. I grew up with him in high school and I was a weird kid and he always took care of me and like was just always like, sit next to me or like talk to me when I was like sad, and I really respected that. And he got me that stuffed animal for I believe it was my 18th birthday. And only a little short while before I went on the show, he actually died in a motorcycle accident here near my house. It was raining and he took a curb and he died and I was a wreck. So it was like something that I had onto him. I mean, he's still like Alan, my bear, my elephant bear, he's still on the bed and I tuck him in and everything like when I'm home, and he'll stay with me for the rest of my life. Beautiful. But he's a good person.
Thank you for sharing that with us. That makes perfect sense on, why back then you reacted that way. It was something that was special to you. So
yeah, and it's just it sucks that he was taken from this life this soon, but I didn't want to talk about him more because I knew his parents were going through a lot of stuff, and I said it's not right of me to bring him up on national television.
No, respect.
They're already grieving. I'm not going to have this plastered all over their house and news cameras and like that's just wrong.
Yeah. What's up 007 is saying, hi, Laura. No, I'm not even going to ask that question. Deleon underscore Junior, huh?
No, say nothing. Just go.
Deleon underscore Junior. It seemed like you had a hard time with both go-see challenges between being fired in Toronto for being inexperienced and being told your one-way walk was bad in Hong Kong, on top of being in an international location. Was it your nerves?
No, I'm just horrible at runway. It's horrible. I mean, it's never gotten that. I mean, I can do a decent runway now, but I've never had that natural, Naomi Campbell walk, all right? And I fully admit this. It doesn't matter. I don't have that kind of registry with my feet. And it's just not.
Come on, registry.
Like, it's just, I'm like, where are you? I was like, I want something better, I'm not that good of a runway walker, but I am great in photos, and that's something I'm like, I'm good with that.
Yes, I know that's right.
Yeah.
Better work what you know.
I am. I know, definitely.
So Gigi Marisa is saying, hi, I absolutely loved Laura and thought she should have won. But there was one challenge, the acting challenge in Macau, that had me confused. Looking back on it, does she think she should have won that challenge, or was the actor being a bit biased because he liked her? Also, did anything, I'm assuming they meant to say, did anything else happen that we didn't get to see between you two, you and the actor?
No. The only time that we were together was just doing like the actual scene itself. And I don't think my acting wasn't on point. I think it was just that I did bring modeling into it. I think Sophie's was 1,000 times better in acting wise. She should have won that, like, because she had like the whole bad girl look walking in with that strut, But no, there was nothing that went on between us. It was just something for the cameras. They were just flirting and stuff. I actually didn't even go back to Macau to do that stuff. And actually, I didn't go back. And on the first thing that they said, the cameras, is that we were supposed to get a movie role if we won the challenge. And then I was told that afterwards they edited it to say music video, which isn't true.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You didn't get either.
Nope. I never went back, which is sad. I will go back there one day because we had something called handlers, which were these girls that watch over us and like basically direct us and take care of us. And there was somebody called Baby Tree, and now she's one of my close friends, and I talk to her all the time. So I'm going back to Macau just to see your butt, Baby Tree. And she's like, I can't wait.
Aww.
Yeah.
Did they ever tell you why they didn't give you the prize? Like, was there any explanation?
No, I think it's just like in the contract, like if you don't win or like something like that, they don't have to give it to you. So, and I wasn't upset about it. I was like, it was fine. If I was thrown back into that atmosphere anyway, I wouldn't have been too happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Michaela Adrian is asking, excuse me, explain the situation between you, Eboni, and Alicia in Sleeping the Way to the Top.
I don't remember that. I know something went on. I don't remember that. I'm sorry.
I don't remember either. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I'm sorry. I wish my memory was better. But like I said, my long-term memory right now has just gone right out the roof, and it sucks. I mean, I have even friends that I have known for 10 years that like they come over to me and I'm like, who are you? I don't remember, unless they're constantly in my lives or I'm constantly reminded of who they are. Sometimes I don't recognize faces even right now, which is kind of scary, but I'm going to be getting all the tests done to see if there's anything that could be done surgically within the next week.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful. We pray good energy over that.
Oh yeah, I watched a sermon yesterday. I'm gonna go to church Sunday with my mom. I've never been like a super godly person, but I do believe in a higher power, and I believe spreading good words and good energy is all that you need, you know. So I want to be part of it again.
You know, it's so amazing that you just said that. I've recently gone through like a spiritual reawakening, and I've had like some stressful moments. And you know, I've adopted that same ideology. Like, it's not even worth me getting upset or even cursing or disturbing my curl pattern. Like, just spread positivity and love, and it'll just work itself out. Like, it's such a healthier way of living. Don't you agree?
Yeah. I mean, I see so many people now that love being in chaos and they're upset all the time. And I'm just like, it's such a waste of this beautiful life. You get one shot on this earth. Why not try to be like happy and spread it? And I just see a bunch of people try and knock each other down. And I was like, instead of knocking each other up, let's lift each other up. I mean, imagine the amazing things we could do if we all just work together to be happy and make each other happy. So that's what I want to do.
So Christy_doll is saying, oh my God, Laura, you were my absolute favorite of your cycle. Can you explain what was going on that we didn't see when you got sick during your CoverGirl photo shoot? A lot of questions about the panic attack I believe you had while participating in that shoot.
Yeah. So what happened is I had a mini seizure that happened. So I stood up and I blacked out, and then that's what set off the panic attack. See, I had a pre-existing heart condition where I have a hole in my heart, but it turns out that now me fainting has been small seizure activity, which then set off the panic attack. So that's actually what happened.
Wow.
Fortunately, since we were so far away, the readings didn't show through. So like even right now, like I'm going to be hooked up to the EEG this Friday with all the wiring and stuff. But unless you get like to an urgent care or something to read it right away, they don't know. So they didn't even know. They thought it was just a panic attack. Now it turns out it was a mini seizure, and I've been having them since I was 15, and now I'm starting to have the bigger ones. But we're gonna get that taken care of.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
This is from Ashley Morgan Fink. This is major. Was rooting for you since day one. Now, Laura, did you have a hunch that the competition was geared towards a Brit winning? When you got to the final judging, did you have confidence you were going to win?
No, I had a feeling that Sophie was going to win.
Really?
I thought Sophie was going to win. And actually, it's something that, like, we both actually wanted to be second. I don't know if Sophie ever said that, but it's when you're...
I believe she did.
Yeah. When you win the show, you're contracted to them for another 5 years.
Oh, it's that long?
Yeah. So if they ask you,
damn.
Yeah, if you go to events, you have to do it. If you have to do this, you have to stop whatever you're doing basically and do that. And I was like, I don't know if I had this mental capacity to do that. And I was like, I'm sorry, so take one for the team. I love you. This sucks. I was very actually happy I didn't win. I was like, no. But I mean, she's also, in heart of hearts, just a good person. And she was America's sweetheart too. I mean, Britain's sweetheart, but America's. And she went through a long period of self-discovery, and she was at that point, and she was the one that people needed in their lives. It wasn't me. I wasn't ready for that. And I was not a good person at the time. I was just very selfish and self-indulged, and she wasn't. So
I admire your self-realizations. I think this is so beautiful. The quickest way to gain, I won't say gain respect, 'cause I offer everybody respect, but to gain like just more respect and just admiration is when people can, without hesitation, own where they were, recognize their growth. I just think it's so beautiful, and you're doing it in front of everybody. I just want to commend you. Everyone's been sending you positive love, but I just really want to state that I think that is such a beautiful human trait to have. Yes, like I'm sending you love and energy and all those things. That's great. Big ups to you, seriously.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, it means a lot. I never want to go back to being that person, and you have to work it yourself every day. Every day. It doesn't matter if like you think you've gone so far, you still something to learn.
Yes, guys out there listening, before I go to the next question, whatever you think, you still have something to learn. And just because you think of it this way, 3 other people who were there may think of it a different way. It doesn't make your way wrong. It doesn't make their way right. It's just different ways. And it's all about mutual respect, compassion, and the desire to have an open mind and learn something that is outside of your realm and perspective.
Yeah, I know it's a beautiful thing what human compassion can do for each other, and it really is. I'm just so happy that I got the chance to grow, and then I wasn't stuck there. And it's the same thing with a lot of people that I see, and all the girls too. And I love that we can all start being a family again after all these years. It's really nice.
So this is it's Fee asking, how does she feel about the nympho storyline? And they're referring to like this overly sexualized persona that some people got while watching you on Top Model. What's your opinions on that?
So I was actually very obsessed with sex when I was younger. I only dated girls for a while, and then I went and dated again. I'm bisexual, so I date men and women, but I ended up having my husband, who I love and adore. And the thing is like, I was just, I was just new to it. I actually never was sexually active until I got older, until just a year prior to the show. So I went like from 0 to 1,000, and I thought that identified me. And then I realized, no, I was like, you're being a clown. I was like, that's not who you are. It's maybe something you like to do, but like people, it was like kind of like a way to, like how people use comedy to mask who they are. I was kind of doing that, and I was like, take down this persona and give people a chance to know you, and if they don't like you, then that's their fault, but why don't you get them? So I used that as a crutch and a way to hide myself.
Thank you for sharing that. Michaela Adrian is back again with another question, which is, was Sophie really drunk the whole time during the panel? And this is, I believe they were referring to my chat with Simone, who made the alleged claim that Sophie was always drunk.
Okay, she was not always drunk, but they did give the underage girls wine in the cups. So anytime you see like a mug, I was usually drinking wine. Because I was 20 and we were in a foreign country and I should have been allowed to drink, and they said no, because I've lived in other foreign countries my whole life, and they were like, no, because this is an American show, you can't drink. Although she did get tipsy a lot with Ashley. They used to have a lot of fun. But I believe they were on the same season, weren't they? They had known each other, weren't they? They weren't on the same season in Britain's Next Top.
Don't ask me nothing about Britain's Next Top Model.
Oh, because I thought they were. Because I thought they already had a previous friendship.
Maybe.
So they were just girls having fun, and she was not drunk the whole time. Maybe a couple times a panel. She did get nervous sometimes, but nah, she wasn't.
I mean, but you know what? If I was a contestant on Top Model, my ass would be drunk too.
I know. I wish I could have been half of that. I was like, this would make my experience way easier. I know that there are other people like smoking some stuff, like the production team. I was like, yeah, I know what you're doing. That's not fair.
Production members were smoking, not the contestants.
Not the contestant. No, we weren't like. Yeah, they said we were both on. Were they on Cycle Fire together?
Dante_Duval, Ashley and Sophie were both on Britain's Next Top Model Cycle 5. Thank you for telling us. We appreciate you.
All right, I thought so.
This is Mason Skullark asking, any relation to Bree, Mrs. Skullark? I'm just playing. Hey, Miss Laura, my question for you is, do you believe production picked your cast's best photos?
No. Mm-mm. No, they did not.
Any instances you remember?
I
You
know
mentioned Kyle.
Kyle's. There was a couple with Asmarie at the end too. I believe that she had better photos than what they let off. No, or Sophie, the one table shot that she did was not Sophie's best. I think they were trying, because Sophie is like always like, she's always on point. She's an incredible model. And I think they had to knock her down a notch too with some of her photos. They would do that. Like, oh, this was not a good week for you. I was like, she always rocks it out of the park. I don't think like, they had to pick like that one in between shot that was just weird. And they picked a lot of girls. Because I think before somebody used to pick the photos. I think it was Mr. J that picked the photos back, but now it's the production that picks the photos.
Correct. Yeah.
Yes. So that's what created a big difference, because they wanted to play with the storyline. But no, absolutely not. There was so many better photos than what you guys saw.
Antium _ pot leadum _ smize tooch _ busty is asking, Tyra seemed particularly cold and over it on your cycle compared with most other cycles. Would you agree? What was the energy like on set?
I do agree with that, and I only know this because she was at the time, she was also doing stuff for her degree. She was acting. She just, like, I know what it's like to have too much on your plate, and I don't think it was purposely aimed at us, but she was just tired. I mean, she was flying back and forth from LA to different stuff that she was doing. Also, you know, she sold the rights to America's Next Top Model to a bunch of different places. She's just a businesswoman. So she was so tired. I could tell, like, she was like trying to nap at the same time, you know, like nap and then, okay, time to go. And she's just tired. And I think she was over our season. I think she just did too many seasons right after another. She should have given a break. Yeah.
Poor Tyra.
I know.
So I can't pronounce this, but they're saying, hi, Laura and Oliver. Was there really a divide with the American girls?
No. There's no, like, I think that it was funny that because it was they wanted us to be divided with the British and the American, and then we all made our groups together of like British US, but we weren't all together in one sector. We were all different ages. We went through a lot of different things, but now we've come back together, so I'm happy about that. Now there's no divide.
Beautiful. We love to freaking hear it. Now, this is from Vlad Blossom saying, finally, did you get to work with Ann Ward and Rihanna Atwood in Mexico? I did. And Ann Ward was actually my roommate. Oh, dope. Yeah, we shared bunk beds together, and she is the sweetest girl you'll ever meet. Like, she's just so nice, and she's just a pure-hearted person. You can't get anything nicer than Ann Ward. Like, she got like these tiny little feet too. She's so tall. I was like, how are your feet so small? And she's like, I don't know. Like, they would be in runway, and like if they put her in heels, she'd be even taller. I was like, don't put her in heels. She's tall enough. But she's great. And Rihanna, I love Rihanna. We used to go clubbing together, hang out. Tyra calls her all the time still. And then I was also with Erin. Erin, she was on the show, the short 13. The 13, she was there. She's just as gorgeous in person. I mean, I'm glad they took away the blonde hair, because she's got normally like naturally gorgeous, long, thick hair. But we all worked for Blink Model Management in Mexico City, and we lived together. It was nice. And then I got Aaron Wagner. Yeah. So I was just happy to get out, though. I mean, you can only live with a group because it's not just females, it's male and female. I was like, love y'all. I need my own space. Goodbye. And I moved out within like the first year. How was modeling after the show, and how did it compare to your experiences on Top Model? It went right back to normal, back to real life, which I was happy about. The experience on Next Top Model was like once in a lifetime. I mean, with the craze, like, you know, all the production, but it taught me a lot that I'm using now in my everyday. So, but modeling is not like that. It's still a tough industry. It's you have to fight to the top, but it's not that fight. Not so publicized. The worst thing that happened is like someone stealing a pair of your shoes. Or your alarm clock. That happened. I got my phone stolen. Someone stole my underwear once.
my nude underwear, like, because they needed it for a runway show. I was like, ew, girl. I was like, you could have just asked. I would have gotten you some or something. Just don't take my underwear. It's just weird stuff. I mean, it's a stressful environment, but it's definitely not the US. I mean, not the, like, reality show stress. Which
No, I bet.
yeah.
This is from Nina_G. She's saying, I'm a certified vet tech, and I'm interested in hearing about your dogpost.co group. Can you talk more about that?
Okay. So I actually invented a product, which the prototype is coming in at the end of the month. And it's basically kind of like City Bike, where you rent scoopers. But so my goal is to eliminate plastic bags for dog waste in all major cities, starting with New York City and then going to LA and then a couple other big cities. So you go and you rent the scooper out, you collect your dog's waste, and then you dispose of it in the same collectible bins. But it eliminates over 92 million bags of plastic waste in the landfills per year. Also, it's going to be properly disposed. And then in 2 years, I want to start composting it, so I can bring it back into like low income areas, like for very, very cheap, to help rebuild different areas of economic despair.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, I got the patent already done, and my prototype shows up on the 31st, a couple days after my birthday, and then I'm gonna head up to New York City in September to talk with investors about getting it in. But I already have the permits in Yonkers and stuff, so I'm excited.
Congratulations, that's beautiful.
Thanks.
Listen, I don't have any more questions besides my final question I ask everybody. So while I ask Laura, while I ask Laura this last question, guys, if you want to get a badge to ask Laura a question here on the live, you know what to do. Get a badge. The icon pops up to your name. You type your question in the chat. I see it, and I ask her while we're still here. Laura!
Yeah.
2 questions, actually. Is there a moment that you can't remember that you wish was shown on the show?
I would say we were all in, I forget exactly where we were. Were we in Toronto? Bed watching, because I got canceled from the show, and it was me, Simone, Ashley. We're all cuddled up on the bed, and we were just talking about our lives and hanging out together. And they never got to show us bonding, the times that we sat there and talked about our lives and just being girls and in a place and just telling them about all of our hopes and dreams and fears and stuff that happened to us. That was all cut out, and it's just sad. It's sad that no one got to see how much we did love each other and how much we did rely on each other. And I hope that one day, if they ever decide to revamp the show or do something, bring back that humanity to it that they took away.
So, yes, yeah. I totally agree. I totally agree.
Yeah.
And my final question for you is, if Tyra Banks was standing before you right now, what would you say to her?
I'd be like, are you ready to invest in my product?
Bam! I know that's right.
Hey, I'm a businesswoman. I gotta keep it going. But no, it's. I just want this to change the world, and I believe in it, and I know it's gonna go amazing places. And I just want to do what I can to help fix the damage that we've been doing these past years. And I think this is definitely going to help in a big direction.
Any final words on anything you want to leave us with before I let you go?
No, I mean, I'm just so nice to meet you. I'm so great to meet you. Let's stay in touch. One day you got to get us all together.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yes, have us all together so we can really fix the pieces that we didn't talk about, or mend anything that hasn't been done. I'd really like that. I'd be full-heartedly ready to be a part of that.
You know what would be so dope?
What?
If we could do, how many seasons were there? There were 24?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sickening. If it could be an Iyanla Vanzant Fix My Life type thing.
Yeah.
Where every episode is every cycle. Everybody who wants to participate comes back. We're in a house. And we're just talking about everything that happened on Top Model. And we have some team building activities.
Yes.
And the judges are there, Tyra's there, Ken Mott brings his ass there. I think that would be so amazing.
That would be great. Yeah, I want us to start building back all the mistrust, and I think that would be a great idea. I'd be along for the ride for that. For sure.
Laura, I have enjoyed speaking to you so much. Thank you again for taking the time out to talk to me and my friends over here about Top Model. I'm so proud of you for everything that you have going on, and I wish you well in every single last thing. And prayers to you as you go do that thing with your health. And I hope that your health gets better and they figure out what's going on.
Yes, I want to stay here for much longer, and definitely so I can start, getting everything done. But I'm very appreciative of you having me on the show, and it was amazing meeting you. Thank you for considering me, and it's nice seeing all of you guys too. And yeah, so if you want to have me back when we do like a group one, let me know, because I would love to talk to the girls.
Yay! Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Guys, let's do what we do best. Let's send Laura hearts, kisses,
love you,
all the nice things. You guys are following her as we wave goodbye from her doing an amazing Top Model Cycle 18 chat.
Oh, thank you. Te amo tanto. Adios.
Bye.
Bye.
Guys, thank you guys so much for watching. As you know, this video will be uploaded to the Oliver Twixt TWIXT YouTube channel, where you can watch this chat and 94 goddamn other chats I've done with Top Model, y'all. We are almost a year in this thing. I love everybody who has stuck with me, who continue to support me and all of my content. I love you guys so much. I'm sending positive energy. I'm sending up prayers for blessings over you all. I hope you guys have an amazing day. We may have a chat tomorrow. I'm not too sure. Hopefully the person messages me back and we can finalize it. And I know you guys will definitely enjoy that one. It's one you guys have been asking for some time now. So hopefully Christmas comes early. But until then, I love you guys. Be sure to pray, kegel, and cackle, bitches. Bye. Come home.